Mm.
Nerdbox.
Hello, welcome back. How's
Yo.
everybody doing?
What's happening?
How's everybody?
Hello, hey everyone.
What's going on? Wow, so last week was the Super Bowl. A little bit of a thrashing last week. We took off to see that. So
Go
hopefully
Birds.
everybody enjoyed the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy for that little butt whooping since we're early in the show.
Yep.
Puppy Monkey Baby Kit made a surprise return. Puppy Monkey Baby for all those who actually care. Our childhood is
For all
bleeding
those
back
who are
into
interested in art.
All right.
Yes, art. And for those of you kids out there, the SpongeBob Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. I heard art. So speaking of art, it is out. So I got this finally in the mail. Unfortunately, it's not signed, so I'm a little bummed about that, especially since I helped get that damn thing off the ground. So yeah. So it's out and about. It looks pretty cool. I've seen some people out there tossing a bag of popcorn in the back, but this is going on the shelf with all the other stuff out there. So I'm very proud of my accomplishment of getting that bucket done and out there to the masses. So I've seen a lot of people happy with it, and then of course a few crybabies out there complaining about it.
Now on to new Nerdbox accomplishments.
Crybabies out there.
Well, hold on. I gotta get him. I gotta do your dad a solid and go get him the monkey popcorn bucket. I gotta go up there tomorrow.
I also want one.
Yep. Yeah. So the next Nerdbox accomplishments we'll probably be announcing next month, and then maybe during the summer. So full steam ahead. It's going to be pretty fun. So I wish I could tease it. RJ, thank you for joining us. Welcome. King Matthew the Third. How you guys doing today? I had a good birthday. Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Wait,
Man.
hold on a second.
Oh shit!
This was actually going to happen.
Hold on, we got it.
Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Birthday. Chuck E. Cheese. Birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Birthday. Chuck E. Cheese.
I knew that would come in handy.
I gotta
I
take
hope
one
it haunts
for
you all now.
That was beautiful.
I hope it
Never
haunts you all.
seen that in my life. That's beautiful.
Oh, you never seen that before?
That was
Oh,
gorgeous.
boy.
Happy birthday!
Happy
That was
birthday,
like-
King Matthew,
It's
man.
surprises for all of us.
Yeah, I never thought I would get a chance to use that, and there it is. We got the birthday for it. So before we dive into our rankings, and I'm telling you this time, I'm not going to end up sleeping on the bathroom floor because I don't expect to be as pissed off this time around, Lucas. But let's go ahead and jump into some news that hopped up this week. So I don't know if anybody's seen it yet on the channel. So I released a popcorn theory video going into the Ghostface killers coming back and how AI would be used into that. But there's another little theory going on too. So this theory going on is about Scream 7 being a meta Scream film, just like New Nightmare. So everybody is alive and kicking. That's why they're coming back. And then there's going to be a real killer or a crazed fan running around killing people that are on it. So thoughts, Marcus, go ahead. You go first.
So I was going to say that was actually the original idea for season 3 of the TV series, where before the whole Weinstein scandal went down, what they were going to do for season 3 was all the actors in the first 2 seasons were going to play their real selves in the real world, where a fan of the show and movies were going to be stalking them. And one by one, they were going to be getting taken out. That never came into fruition, obviously, because of the whole Weinstein thing. But the producers did come out years later and gave the full plot and synopsis of how they were going to do it. And I thought it was going to be cool because, again, we haven't had anything like that since New Nightmare. So, yeah, I thought it would have been awesome. So I would like to see that, like Kevin Williamson kind of adapt that right now. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
That
but
would-
Faceless After Dark beat him to it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lucas.
Oh no, I was just saying that would be pretty neat. It seems like something that could be cool, but at the same time,
Yeah. All right, Noah. It seems like you had some stuff to throw out there. What do you got on this?
Well, I was gonna make a joke. I was originally gonna make a joke and just say I don't know what is worse, the concept overall or us not guessing it as horror fans because it has been an idea before. But there is no joke because
Might as well start pouring now.
they keep
Go
just
ahead.
doing more. They keep just doing more and more to piss me off.
yeah, you
Personal now. It's gotten
specifically.
personal now. It's personal now. Like so random characters are gonna be on the set of the new Scream film for whatever reason. Like it still doesn't add up. Like Roman should not be on the set. Mason Gooding should not be on the set. So what are they gonna actually bring in the political scandal? Like and why they fired what's her face? Like it just
No, they're gonna die off screen. They're gonna die off screen.
No, you know what? I think how they'll come at it is from the 30th anniversary aspect for 1996 Scream was released. So they're all getting together, and maybe they're
To do
talking
the
about filming a new movie.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Now
like,
the
literally-
only thing that I question though is because of Scream 5 with Dewey and Sid's conversation when she was jogging was like when he asked how Mark was doing, and the girls were doing. And now that what's his name, that comedian is playing Mark,
Yeah.
and whatever his last name is, then like, okay,
Cool.
are they going to stay in line with the continuity of the films, or are they going to just say like, oh, this is the character that Joel McHale is playing, or whatever? You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do.
I think the new Mark is going to be Sydney or Nev's husband in this meta version of the film.
Yeah.
And he better be the first one to die. That's all I'm going to say. I hate Joel McHale. And because of that, now
I only liked him in Sons of Anarchy. That was it. I liked his. I think he was in like two or three episodes of Sons of Anarchy.
He was good as his character in the Community. That's really all. Like I've seen him in that, and I've seen him in Blended with like the Adam Sandler movie with Drew Barrymore, and he was an asshole in that
good in stand up. He's also surprisingly good in stand up.
Oh, now did you all ever see what was that movie, Assassination Nation? He was actually pretty good in that though. Surprisingly.
I try to avoid anything that he is in. I just dislike him that much, and I may finish a glass of whiskey just talking about this asshole. All right, so we got King Matthew on there. I wasn't able to join the last stream, but my theory on Stu returning is that the new killer in Scream 7 could use AI to use Stu and Roman's voice, and maybe even Dewey's voice to McGill. Hey, go take a look at the video I dropped this past Monday. We dive right into it. So there's a couple people that weren't too happy about the video. But, yep. Let's see what else we have from King Matthew before we jump into our rankings. What if Scott Foley being in Scream 7 means Sydney has hallucinations of... No hallucinations. We've done that already. We've done her seeing her mom in part 3. We've done the Sam thing with hallucinations. Well, I don't think they can get it.
Here's the thing, though. That would show a clear consistency with Sid's character having hallucinations in general.
But why it's over 20 years since her brother has been dead. Why is she all of a sudden having hallucinations?
Sometimes trauma just comes back up, man.
Man. All right. Last one before
that's a stretch.
What's up, Thomas? How's it going?
What's up, Tom?
Yo.
All right, let's dive into this one. So there is a controversial pick in this list here, and we'll get to why shortly. But we're going to start out of order because this just randomized my order this time, and I didn't feel like I'm putting it in the exact order. So we're going to start with Kirby Reed. No, we're going to start with you first. So, all right, that was quick.
So she gets stabbed, doesn't die, and then becomes an FBI agent. She is like awesome.
Can't argue that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I can argue that. I was gonna say Alpha too.
We're all very agreeable today.
Yeah,
I was
like
gonna say
I
Alpha.
would have,
There's
I
no
would have,
bias,
I would
right?
have appreciated more screen time in Scream 6. Like you bring her
Yeah.
back, and like holy shit, Kirby's back, and she's this badass FBI agent. I would have loved a more of a duality between her and the other cop guy, whatever, Detective Bailey.
Yeah,
I would have
we
loved
should
more
have
of a
seen
duality
them. We
between
should have
that.
seen them go to
'Cause
head
they
to
were-
head.
Yeah,
more.
because they had like a spat back and forth once, and then it was like,
Mhm.
oh, well, maybe one of them is the Ghostface, and maybe I'm the Ghostface. I would have liked to seen that play out more as like their characters kind of like butting heads throughout the series or throughout the movie. But she's getting her own franchise as well, so we're gonna get to see more Kirby and kicking more ass in the
All
Cult
right.
of Ghostface. That
So I gotta ask if it's biasy, right? Because it is Hayden Panettiere, right? So I'm sure that plays
No.
into it. I'm sure
No.
that plays into everybody's
No.
pick on why she's one of the favorites.
No.
I say 5%.
I'm looking above.
Of my decision.
I am.
I ain't gonna lie, because I've
I'm
always,
purely
I've
basing
always
it on the
loved Hayden.
character. Also, as an actress, I appreciate her acting, but we're not talking about looks. We're talking about the character as a whole.
I'm talking
give a
about
shit
looks.
if
I've
you're
always
not.
All
loved
right,
Hayden.
All right.
Because I was
then
like, oh my
being-
gosh, Courtney Cox was pretty when she was younger. Fucking hate Gail Weathers, and we're gonna get into that. So we're gonna get. Oh, well, she's cute though. I don't give a fuck. So no. Does not play a part at all. Does not play a part at all. Where's my?
There's a comment from King Matthew that we're gonna get to in a minute. But so all right, so 5% is because it's Hayden. What I gotta ask now is that, hey, is it when she started spewing horror knowledge in the movie, or were you on board the entire movie with her character?
I was on board
for
because
both
of
movies
the
she was
fact
in.
she, like instantly with the short hair when she came in the Scream 4, I was like, oh damn, she's gorgeous. But then her sassiness of her character was just unmatched, man. So I liked her attitude and who she was as a character individually. She was just a strong character, period, across the board.
She was witty. She was witty and funny in Scream
Mhm.
4.
See, I think
Yep.
the good thing about that is that like before, like during Scream 4, she was more of like putting on that tough face because she didn't, she was more of trying to be tough, and then after Scream 4, we saw her obviously in Scream 6 actually be tough.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, as we talked about, Scream 4 is a highly underrated film in the franchise. I would have to say before the horror rant that she gave, she had some of the best lines in the film too. Like when she is sitting there being interrogated during the movie, and it's like, oh my god, am I next? Am I next? I thought that was the line that hooked me on that character. But let's see. We got King Matthew. Kirby is the female version of Dewey. They both get stabbed, and both are cops.
And they're both hot.
Well, see, I'm gonna agree to that just because David Arquette, and you know what?
He's a good looking man.
That's a good look at that mustache. That's a cop.
The guy that played him in the guy that played the version of him in Scary Movie is also surprisingly attractive.
Oh,
Dave Sheridan.
that's Dave Sheridan. And he's a funny dude.
Also in Scream.
Natural funny
Also in
dude.
Scream. He's hilarious.
Also
yeah.
in Stream.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
so Kirby did get, I believe she got shot or stabbed in Scream 6 as well. So technically it's following that lineage as well. So it's like not really a passing of the torch in like the traditional way. Oh, is Gail next? Are we talking about Gail next?
Yeah, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Sorry, I just
Focus.
the rage inside me is burning.
Literal blinders.
Yeah. So I would say that I can agree with King Matthew's.
I disagree. I think
comment.
the passing of the Dewey torch is to Chad himself. I think Kirby is a character within herself. All right, so Lucas, we're gonna
Hey,
save
starting
Noah
with
for
me?
last. Yeah, we're gonna save Noah for last on this one because we know
Honestly,
what he's gonna say.
You have to ask.
Honestly, to me, Gail's just meh. She's
Wow.
like it's not like I don't hate her enough to put her in a fucking joke. I just don't think that I don't think she deserves I don't think she deserves my hate, at least, because my hate is usually discriminate upon people I don't like. And Gail, I simply don't care for.
I gotta hear what people think in the comments, but okay.
Oh
Matt,
boy. Yeah, no, I use
what do you think?
terminology that makes it sound a little weird, but
So My answer for Gail is it's a double-edged sword because again, she's a despicable character, but at the same time, the movie couldn't go on without her. You know what I mean? As far as like figuring things out throughout the films and being a survivor and everything. So I would actually place her at like Beta. You know what I
All
I
mean?
right.
wouldn't
Because of the
figure
fact
that.
that
I
as
figure
far
I'd
as
be
her
like, "Ooh,
survivability, as far as her survivability,
Hmm.
she's still there. You know what I mean? She's still there. But yes, her character of who her character of who she is, like Lucas, I don't care for her. She's just despicable, man. Like, she was the bane of
Exactly.
Sydney's existence and everything, and she's the reason for a lot of all of this. But yet she's still kicking, man.
See, like
So
I just don't feel the
Uh,
hatred you guys feel. This is exactly what Marcus is like. I don't feel the hatred because I just simply don't care about her enough to hate her.
so this character, I'm actually going with Alpha. So she's going up to a beta based on how
Mhm.
our rankings is going here. And the reason for that is just because, like Marcus said, very important part in the first few films, right? After four, or even with five, with when Dewey is unalived, that's it. The character doesn't need to be there anymore. Her story arc is over. Don't need to see anything further with her. She should be done now going forward. But the character itself is very good. Courtney Cox playing the role is excellent. I think
Mhm.
she is definitely an anchor for the first three films. And I really wish what they would have done with part three is they really focused on her part of the story more that they were setting up before everything with her
Mhm.
investigations into Sunrise Studios and everything like that. So there's a lot more there that we've seen. And if you go out there and find the Gail Weathers website, which is in the Wayback Machine, you'll see how awesome that character was written just for that website alone. And that's kind of why I have her in the alpha. But Noah, where are you dragging her down?
I would like to say that there is a lot. So I didn't even know that there was an extended version of of what she was doing in
Hmm.
Scream 3. Not that I
Mhm.
care, but it just goes to show how much they missed out on in that movie, just as a whole, how much it could have sucked less of an egg.
Hmm.
But I will, because of your arguments, I'll put her at meh. I don't like her. I fucking hate this woman. Then
All
Courtney
right.
Cox is fine. I don't have a problem with Courtney Cox. I want to be very clear about that. I don't have a problem with her, this woman.
Starting to sound like you
I
have a problem with Courtney Cox. A little bit.
what about my hair with you, Bucko? No,
Well, think
she's
about it too.
annoying. 1 through 3,
Kevin
that's
Williamson
fine.
had her. Kevin Williamson originally, his original treatment had her as a more, more detailed and more
Mhm.
involvement, like your dad said in part
Whatever.
three. But then, of course, he didn't officially write it because he was off doing other films, teaching Mrs. Tingle and stuff. So they changed her dynamic in the film tremendously.
Yeah,
You know,
there's a segment on her website. It's called about how to cure a black eye. So she has the top 10 steps on how to cure a black eye, and one of them is just duck, bitch. So it's like it's perfect for the character. Let's see here. King Matthew III has Gail in the mess section for me, cause it seems like they don't know what to do with her character. Plus, she got Dewey killed. Yeah,
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 and that
I'm good with that.
he's exactly right. I mean, yes, the Dewey thing too. So suck it for that. But um they really do, just because like it is building up towards something that could be a nice payoff, but it hasn't been. It's consistently not. It's
Hmm.
just a giant letdown. So the character is just a pulse in the movie that they could potentially take out, except they keep finding one.
I
Mhm.
want to see her be the mastermind behind it all. I think that would be really
Yeah,
good.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. They could set it up for that, and the payoff would still be great even now. But here we
It'd
are.
be
Coulda, shoulda,
it'd
woulda.
be one of the best things in the franchise. All right, so Marcus, Danny, where we got him?
Uh, because I like the actor so much, but I can't count him. The character himself, I just put as meh right now.
All right.
I love the actor because I've been a fan of his since Arrow, but his character in the movie, it was just like he was just wasted space in the movie, really, to be honest.
Mhm.
Like even if he was the love
This
interest, they could have did so much more, and they didn't. They dropped the ball with his character, in my opinion. So
this guy is a fucking joke. because he's standing in his apartment watching people get slaughtered, and he's
Yeah.
just standing. Hello,
Yeah.
like what the hell? Go run over there! What are
Oh
you
wait,
doing?
is Danny the
The boyfriend.
fucking yeah in Scream 6 or
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
okay
yeah.
yeah.
yeah
Hold
But he
on,
was
let
a
me go get my
badass in
fire
Arrow.
ladder. Let me go get my fire ladder, extended it between the two buildings, and not help you any other way. You know why? Because he was a Ghostface. He's in the cult.
So
Definitely
this
in the
this
cult.
was my
Yeah.
thing. Like honestly, when he got announced for Scream 6, I was like, dude, if they don't set him up to be Ghostface, because he was such a bad Prometheus, awesome
Mhm.
Prometheus in Arrow, like he was bad ass
oh
as
yeah
Prometheus in Arrow. And I was like, dude, he would be perfect for a Ghostface. And they didn't do it. They
You know,
didn't
Yeah.
do it,
I
man.
I think he is a ghost face, and I don't think we'll ever see that story play out because of
Yeah.
Spyglass being assholes. But so Noah, where you got it? So we got a center over here in Meh, but you can move him
Yeah,
pretty much.
so I'm gonna agree with Marcus and basically like his whole thing, because like he could be in lots of potential if he was a ghost face, which is like that was like you guys basically just explained my whole point was he was a waste of a character. Yeah, I get it. Like he was like, oh, maybe he's gonna be the ghost face because we've seen this trope so many times, and then it's like, he's not the ghost face, he's just some dork with muscles. Like so the setup for him in Scream 7 to come out as like being a ghost face and also work within the cult, that would have put him in lots of potential for me. But since as we said, Spyglass is assholes, he just gets put at meh. Because like I mean, like he respected her boundaries and was, you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. He was a good
respected
guy.
the boundaries. Yeah,
He he tried
I-
with the ladder.
hey,
He was an
we got
idiot, if anything.
we got
So
boundaries. I'm not coming over that. I want to get stabbed.
At the very least, since we don't get him as a ghost face in the future, we get a moron. He's an idiot. But at least he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's just stupid. Well, I got a ladder.
At least he brought the cops to the theater. To the
Look, King Matthew
After the
says
fact.
it the best. Before Lucas goes, at least Derek in Scream 2 tried to fight Ghostface. Danny did nothing. He did nothing.
Mhm.
All right, Lucas, we're hovering in Matt. Where you got him?
Oh, fuck it. I didn't even know who he was when you said his name.
Oh my god, that's how important he
It's
was.
meh. Meh. Fuck.
All right. And Matt, he goes.
Holy shit.
That's Lucas's critique of him. I don't even know who
I
he
was
is.
sitting.
so-
I was sitting here the whole time. Like after I had realized who it was, I was trying to remember what he did in the movie, and I just.
All right, so
He
then
made
that
out
will...
with the hottest
He
girl in
brought the
family.
eye
That was it.
candy.
Yeah,
That is true.
He brought the sex. He brought the sex.
he brought the sexy. All right, so that brings us to the cheerleader in the bathroom. So you know what? I am going to drop her into lots of potential, and not because she was one of the guests on our channel at one point, but I think her attitude that she had in the bathroom really kind of sets her up that she could have been a little bit more evil in the film if they gave her a bigger role.
Mhm.
So that's where I am going.
Is
I
that
agree.
because you want her to be Christina Carpenter or whatever? I feel like that was your whole thing, that you wanted her to be
No,
Christina
no.
Carpenter.
No, not her.
No.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I got
so
her in
what
the
do you think?
same. Oh, go ahead.
You got her in the same? All right, go ahead, Marcus. We'll go backwards. Marcus, what do you got?
Yeah, I got her there too, man. Because one, I just like her bitchy attitude, and she had that mean. She was the first mean girl, basically. You know what I mean? Before the sorority girls in part 2. And so I felt like they could have did more with her, or maybe even potentially put her in part 2. But yeah, she definitely had lots of potential for sure. Yeah.
Interesting comment here. She could have been Stu's sister,
Yep.
maybe.
That is interesting.
That would have
is
been
interesting to
awesome.
think
That
about.
would be awesome. Yeah.
That really keeps so that I would solidify me, and I was gonna say lots of potential anyways, but because she really plays her lines well in that one small scene, because she's a very minor role, but she really played into that part, and she did well with those lines. So also saying that she could be Stu's sister, that would be kind of interesting. But who the fuck knows with this movie anymore? What they're gonna do?
And the
so
fact that she
this
dated
is the
Stu
problem.
in real life during the film.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. See, now this is the problem when it comes to the new Scream films, where it comes to the previous ones with Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson. Every single detail in the original Scream movies is important because you don't know
Mhm.
how it's going to play up into the rest of the film or in later films, and they did a very good job of having that play out that way. Lucas,
Mhm.
so we got three lots of potentials. Where you got peer
I didn't
pressure?
know. I didn't know who this was. Again, I didn't know who this was. I didn't remember her. Even if I saw the scene,
The
I'd probably
cheerleader
be like,
bathroom talking about Sydney when she's hiding
in
in the
which
stall.
movie? In which
The
movie?
first
The
movie.
first one.
The
When
The
very
Sydney
first
first
got
movie.
one.
attacked. Yeah, when Sydney got attacked
Yep.
in the bathroom.
I
by
couldn't
the
remember
cop.
her for my life,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I'd put her in meh because I can't remember her, but you guys feel
All
free.
right.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
well, we outvoted you for that one. So before we go into the next one, there, Reign of Horror. Hey everyone, hope all is well. Yep, how's it going? Alrighty, so Noah, you get to vote on her counterpart, which is the girl in the bathroom.
Man, I don't even know because in real life she's an alpha. I love this woman. She's so
Mhm.
nice.
Yep.
But I mean, she had like 3 lines. I don't know. We'll put her at lots of
Look,
potential as well because you know that she'd show up with her in this if she were to show up in the sequel. So there's so like let's say in Scream 7, this is Stu's sister, right? We could have her come back and then she's still like that same character. You never know.
yeah, I think your bias is playing in there a little bit because knowing her. Lucas, you probably don't remember her, but where you got her?
I don't mess.
All right.
Listen, I love Scream 1. This is like a black spot in my memory, apparently.
Wow. All right. So Lucas, I'm not Lucas. Marcus, what do you got?
I mean, because I know her personally too, I'm not gonna let that bias rule, but I'm gonna drop her down to mad because basically she was just a follower of, Lawrence.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
It plays into the cult. It's all subliminal messaging.
That's where I'm at too. So I think a meh ranking is
That's
pretty fine for her. If Nancy, and if you're watching, I apologize, but I think
We
the
love you
line,
personally.
I
We love
tried.
you personally. You
Yeah.
know.
if you look at the two characters in the bathroom, cheerleader in the bathroom had much stronger lines. You could have done more
Mhm.
with it. And as Marcus, as you said, more of the sidekick type in that one. So yeah, Matt is fitting. Matt is fitting. All right.
Even though she did give Billy that burn, that what she call him, Sydney's bubble butt boyfriend.
All right, Lucas, you should be good with this next one here. We got Mr. Mark Kincaid.
Alpha. God, I love this man.
All
Fucking
right,
love.
all right,
And
all
yes, it
right.
is biased. It is. I love
All
Patrick
right,
Dempsey.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
love him in everything he's in. I love absolutely every role he's ever played. He's my favorite
Taking a
character
sip,
on
I
Grey's
see.
Anatomy. Fucking, I love what's his name? Patrick Dempsey. I love Patrick Dempsey.
Yep.
So
I don't
hot.
remember the name. Just
This isn't.
I only remember his name, just his lips.
I just remember the way, the sway of
This
his
isn't Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I know.
This isn't
Oh,
Grey's
I know.
Anatomy.
But he's in it. But he's in it.
All right, so you got
He's
him
in
at
your dreams,
Alpha.
it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so from what I remember
I-
of the movie, him actually like being in it, I remember liking him as a
He got
character. And
knocked
this is
out.
before I ever saw him in Grey's Anatomy. I remember liking him in the movie. I can't exactly remember anything that he did other than get knocked out, but I do remember liking him, and that is the biggest contender for him being at Alpha,
All right.
other than
Marcus?
Patrick Dempsey.
Definitely Alpha, man. Kincaid was just
Really?
Kincaid was
Wow.
I mean, they didn't give
rings.
him they should have given him more to do in Scream 3. They teetered the line of him being a Ghostface, possibly, but also just being a strong, cop, period, trying to solve the case. Yeah, I think he was just a strong character, period, even though, he got punked out at the end at the house by Roman. But still, yeah, Kincaid was an alpha for me. So.
And now we watch popcorn on the couch.
Oh, yeah, and Can't Buy Me Love, that dance that he does, and, that cool dance that he does.
Just another horror fan says he is great in the 80s. Can't Buy Me Love.
I like the way you
Lots of
spelled it.
bias. Lots of
Good
bias.
movie. Good movie.
Yeah, lots of bias here. All right. You know, Alpha. We have Kirby in Alpha. We have.
I was gonna
Sydney
say,
is
right?
gonna
Like
be in Alpha. We're
I
gonna
was
have.
gonna say, right?
What the?
Where do you have it?
No.
Where do you have him? Where do you have him?
Lots of potential. That's
Oh,
where I
I'm
have him. So
sorry.
he's gonna
I'm
trip
sorry.
up.
That's where I
Are
have
you
him as well.
denouncing the answers of people who put him in because he's hot? And you put Kirby in because she's hot?
I'm sorry. Do we need to remind you of Hayden Pattenio? I don't know how to say her last name. I think that's close enough. That's definitely close enough. I'm having a Dave. I'm having a Dave moment right now.
Yeah. Hey, leave the messing up of lines to me only, please.
Then you say your
That's my
last name,
shtick.
and you say
That's
the
my
last name
shtick.
wrong. Then you say it. Say your last
And
name.
look at that chemistry.
Hayden
And look at that
Patterson.
chemistry. And look at that chemistry between him and Sid, man. They had that. Woo,
Bro, he had Riz.
just sizzling, bro.
Riz.
Yeah, just sizzling, bro.
No.
Yeah, Sid all
No.
smooth, bro.
Get out.
He was spitting game with every step he took.
Oh my god.
Like even his partner was
He
like,
was-
"Look at you, you going to buy her flowers, man." He had Riz, man. He had
He's like,
Riz.
well, hi, Sid. Let's talk about the killer.
He was
Come on.
he was horny. That was
I
it.
need that clip
That's
of
why he
Dave.
got knocked the fuck out. That's why he got knocked the fuck out. He was distracted when he was going to save her.
He was in. Oh, I must go save my love. Oh no, fucking idiot.
Ah, no, where do
He
you
could
got
have
him,
been
Noah?
a cool cop. Lots of potential. I said I agree with you. He
Alright.
he had
Alright.
potential. He had potential, and then there was no payoff. Once again, no payoff. No payoff. He got knocked the fuck out. He got knocked the fuck out, and then Sydney had to come to his rescue. He was
Hold on,
supposed
hold
to be there helping her. That
Yeah,
was the whole
yeah,
point of his character.
Perfect.
He
Hold
was
on,
Right.
supposed to
hold
be
on,
Sydney had
hold
saved
protecting her.
him.
He gets
check it
knocked the fuck out, and she's like, "I got this."
It was a payout because
Great.
Had
And
it
you want to
not
put
been
him
for
in the
him-
same league?
had it not for him being knocked out, Dewey wouldn't have had his gun to shoot Roman in the head. Boom. There you go.
Oh, I don't like it, man. I don't like...
Good job for
See,
being a
an
bitch.
alpha had to
Good
save an
job for
alpha?
being a
No.
bitch.
No,
Oh yeah.
not at
I'm
all.
just
You
making
can't
an
give him pity
excuse, man. I'm just
Nobody.
making an
You
excuse.
can't give
I'm
him
just
pity
making an
points because
excuse.
it's convenient and he's cute.
I'm just making an
He
excuse.
bats his eyelashes and fakes some cheeks, and all of a sudden we'll give him a little extra. We cannot.
Watch us
Thank you,
get the
King.
chance. Watch
That's
us
true,
get the
King.
chance to like interview
How'd he
Patrick
get beat
Dempsey
up in
on the
a-
offbeat that he
he got-
does.
Yeah.
And
does
he's just
get-
like,
he does get beat
you
up quite a lot."
motherfuckers were saying so much shit about my character in Scream. I'm so
No, that is true because he got beat up by Shia LaBeouf in Transformers. He got
Alright,
beat
to
up
be
in
fair-
Thanksgiving.
shit. This is true.
He did.
He's
He got shot. He got
God.
shot in Grey's
He's
Anatomy.
a fucking joke now. He got beat up by Shia LaBeouf? What the hell?
He got
Oh
beat
my
up by
God. No,
Sam
Shia-
Witwicky.
Shia LaBeouf is a
Ah.
whole other beast.
Hey,
He's
he
got
a
a
gang
song
member
about
now.
it.
Yeah,
He's a
him
gang
and his
member now.
peanut butter falcon there. All
Hey,
right, so we got our
hey, that's a
next
feel good
detective
story.
Okay,
It
can
is.
I go first on this one? And y'all gonna
Yeah,
laugh
you got
at me
this
on
one.
this one. So
Wallace,
Wallace,
Marcus, don't do me like this. If you got him at
I
fucking
mean-
Beto, I'm leaving.
no. I was gonna put him
Oh,
at
okay.
lots of potential. I'm putting him
Okay.
at lots of potential. One, because all right, as a character, he was just a smart ass. I love him. Josh Payas is just, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Payas. He's just that same sarcastic asshole in every role he plays, all the way from being the voice of Raphael in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 to freaking Ray Donovan. You know, I just like him as an actor, but his character in Scream 3, he was just an asshole cop, man, and I liked him in that role. He was like perfect, you know.
Well, you went first anyway, and I would have him as meh because like you take him out of the movie, it does not do anything.
Yeah, it
It's like,
doesn't.
That's fair. Yeah,
All right,
that's
see ya.
fair. Yeah,
Don't need him. Don't need him.
He was
He's
like-
not a fucking
yeah,
joke because
yeah.
I don't hate him, but no, don't need him at all.
He's not as pretty as Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, he's not as bad as Danny. So,
but he's funny. He's funny, and that's what counts.
And
All
he
right,
gave
so-
Mark shit the whole movie. he bust his chops.
Rightfully
the
so.
entire film.
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he deserved it. He's not an alpha. All right, so where you got him, Noah?
I'll put him at meh as well. Cause yeah, he is really funny, but
Okay.
he is not necessary. He's not necessary to the plot. So yeah, we could sit him safely at meh.
All right, all right. I think this is one of the last few characters that Lucas probably won't remember. But Lucas, where do you have him at?
Damn, why my light keep going out?
Man,
He's thinking. I can see the smoke coming out.
it's mean. Nah, yeah. I'm gonna be so for real. It was either I was either blinded by Patrick Dempsey or I just did not remember him for the life of me. I don't know. Yeah, meh. Yeah. Yeah.
I think he would have gave Roman a run for his money if he would have showed up at the
Most of their
mention.
scenes were together.
What?
I think he would have put up a fight more than Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, I know.
Come on. Well, I mean, yeah, it's true. One of them got knocked out in the film. One of them didn't. So
One
No,
of
I
them
think
has
he
to
would have.
take
I think he
charge
would have
and
died.
has to care,
Yeah.
and the other actually has to do some heavy lifting. Okay.
I think he would have died. I think Roman would have gutted him, but I think he would have put up more of a fight than.
he's a
what
scrunkly
Kincaid did.
motherfucker. He
Yeah.
scraps.
Wait a minute. You think he's
What
gonna
is
put up more
this?
fights in what? Then how the hell do you have him at an alpha if his partner's gonna put up more of a fight?
Because they didn't give him enough. They didn't give him
Because
enough.
it's
Oh.
Patrick Dempsey.
They
Oh
didn't give
my
him
God.
enough. They didn't have him in
Uh,
the movie enough.
Hello, bathroom floor.
Again, I said he would have
My-
died.
my
And Cade didn't die.
kidneys.
Your
My
very
lip,
first
whatever the
statement
one
for the
is.
stream was, "I'm not gonna end up on the bathroom floor tonight." No, not happening.
I told. See, I fucking said it. I told you. Wait and see. Wait and see. These people are
Alright.
crazy with their words.
Let's see
Backwards
here.
views.
We got Joel. Joel's my pick. I am landing Joel as lots of potential. I think his character was really good in the film.
Is that the cameraman?
Mhm.
Yeah, that is the cameraman.
He was a
Okay.
better
I
think
cameraman than
he
Kenny.
Yeah, he was. Well, yeah, I like Kenny too, but I think
Oh, I
Joel
love
was,
Kenny.
he was
too.
good.
Yeah, I love Kenny.
Good,
He
good
was like
comic
a chunky,
relief
he was like a
in the
chunky
movie.
Gene Kane.
He broke the black stereotype in the movie, so I think he was really good in there. I think he could have lots of potential if he had a little bit more
he did
of
it.
a role.
And not to mention the rumor that he might be the father of the twins, since the actress kind of confirmed it on her Twitter. So
What?
yeah, so they were saying because a fan,
Damn.
when Scream 5 came out, a fan asked because of the fact that their last name is Martin and Joel's, the actor's name is Dwayne Martin. They said that was an Easter egg of giving them the last name Martin. And she confirmed that, yeah, possibly Joel, the character, is like 5 or 6 years older than her, and that
Mhm.
they hooked up after Scream 3, which lines up perfectly for the twins. You know, so yeah, that was always the rumor that he's the father of the twins. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very, very interessant.
King Matthew got Joel was the smartest character. He told Gail to get help, and he got the fuck out. Yeah.
Wouldn't that put him
Right.
in alpha? Wouldn't that realistically, as a survivalist, wouldn't that put him in alpha?
I think so.
Because
That
he
could.
did. He
Yeah.
just got out of Dodge.
All right,
You know what,
Noel,
do it. Put him in
you're
alpha.
up next.
Put him in
Oh,
alpha.
wow.
Put this motherfucker in
He's
alpha.
going up to
Why
Vega
not? He,
right now.
that is the greatest point possible. He gave the soundest of advice, and then he fucking left. He did the smartest thing possible, which was just dip off screen, and he's fine clearly because he didn't die off screen. So
And he had babies.
yeah, and he had kids.
And he had babies.
He's winning. He's winning.
Yep. Lucas, where do you got him at?
I'll put him in alpha too. Yeah. Smart
Whoa!
character deserves smart
Wow.
decisions.
Woo!
Smart character
Puts in the
deserves
narrative.
smart
Peer
placement.
pressure.
Wow, that Marcus.
Do you remember this character at all?
I'm putting him at Alpha Man because he's one of the first characters.
Wow.
He's one of the first male characters, even before Dewey, to tell Gail off and tell her about herself. So put her in her place.
He told that bitch to put it where she can sniff it.
This is probably the
Damn.
weirdest ranking no one expected this. Yeah,
No.
fuck you,
Joel!
Patrick Dempsey. Get out of here. Joel for
Joel's
the
gonna be number
win.
one. Joel's gonna be
Joel
number one.
number one.
Justice for Joel. All right, so that brings us to one of the sorority girls,
You
Lois.
watched Last of Us.
No,
Who the fuck? What?
Noah, you're up.
Scream 2.
Who's that?
I didn't know there was a
Scream 2,
character named
Lois.
Lois in Scream 2.
Stop moving the character. Jesus, I can't see her.
I'll drop her at lots of potential until you decide.
From Scream 2?
Yeah,
Sorority
this is one of
girls that
the
were
sorority
recruiting.
girls that walked up to Sydney and Hallie.
I don't
Saying,
put her
"Hey, why
put her
don't
in
you
a
come
fucking
to our
joke.
party
I have no
tonight?"
idea who this is. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, she's got last
Right.
No, I don't know who this is. And the other sorority girl that's probably there after her can go in the same spot.
Let's
Well,
rank them together.
in
That's
reality,
right.
she
Let's
was
rank them
married to
together.
Ellen DeGeneres. That's all I can
Who
say.
are these guys?
What does,
Wait, really? Oh my
she don't
god,
get
that
no
is
points for that.
Ellen
She gets
DeGeneres.
demerits.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right,
Yeah,
so Lucas, what do you got? Are you gonna put them both in the same spot? So we're doing Lois, and we're doing, what's the other girl's name? I gotta look it up. Murphy, Lois and Murphy, both annoying characters. Fucking jokes.
There's
for
no
both.
point to their character.
Can I be a little biased? This is
Go
getting
ahead.
off a screen, but for Murphy, just because of Urban Legend, I put her at me because she was a killer in Urban Legend. Nah, she's a joke. Yeah, she's a joke.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's gonna be a clean
you
sweep because
backtracked so fast. You gotta stand on business, Marcus.
Nah, because that's a totally different movie and franchise, so I can't be biased for Urban Legend.
Yeah, she
so.
could be great in that. But there's no point to these characters. They were just
Yeah.
in there to be a trope.
they should have been kill bait. That's all I'm gonna say. At the end of the
add to the
day,
body
they should have
count at
been off.
least.
Yep.
They should have got gutted. Like
Instead, you take
Sid.
out Buffy. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to Angelina Tyler. So this may be controversial to some people out there because some people think that she is dead. I'm going to say no, she isn't. And I will explain why by just showing you some evidence real quick of why she is not dead. In the Scream box set for the original trilogy, you will see the rest in peace death count from Scream 3, and you will see that Angelina Tyler is not on this list. So I have her listed as a survivor.
I think you're losing it. I think you're starting to. I think you're doing this too much. You
What?
started with the snooze train.
No,
You start.
No, that's actually legit. That
He's
is
alive.
legit. No, that
No,
is
yeah, but
legit.
like,
but-
what if they just accidentally like forgot to put her on there? Like
No,
that
no,
could've just
like,
been a
no.
mistake.
The story is this. No, like originally because she was supposed to be a ghost face, they were going to keep her around.
I know that. Yeah, I do.
But
know
what
that.
happened? What happened was because the actress came out on the interview, like some years later. I think it was like after she did Studio 51 with not Studio 51, whatever that movie was she did with Samuel L. Jackson and the dude from 28 Weeks Later. It was some years later where she said that she was moving on from the role and that she felt like the character was dead because they, that gap between Scream 3 and Scream 4, 11 years later and stuff like that. She was like, she's done, and like your father said, nobody's ever, done. Like obviously look at Matthew Lillard coming back and what's his name coming back. But still, I personally think that she's dead. Angelina's dead because they changed the story from Kevin Williamson's idea to what we got in Scream 3. So,
I am going to piggyback off of King Matthew III's comment here. She got really lucky. Sydney didn't shoot her when Sydney found Angelina in the bathroom with the Ghostface mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right there. So, Lucas, this is what you were talking about. This is the person that I think is Christina Carpenter. And now go ahead and start all the hate because
she
of
can't
her.
be Christina though.
Why?
She's white.
Dude, genetics.
Have you seen? Look.
She's white.
Have you seen what Hollywood has done to characters of ethnicity? Now, there you go. No, I screwed up the word. We have Raj Al Ghul from Batman Begins, right? He's played by Liam Neeson.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit.
Hold on. Tell me, there's a difference between race swapping and then when you introduce two characters who are my complexion as Mexicans, and then you got a,
Thank you.
pasty
No.
white woman.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
Louis C.K. is whiter than me, and he's a ginger. He does not look Mexican, and he is. Case closed by your silence.
Is his kid my complexion though? As someone who has
what his kids
my
look
mom's
like.
side of the family is Mexican. As my mom's side of the family, my grandfather was Mexican.
Like you're taking someone who looks like they're probably Irish, Polish, or German with someone who also just looks like they're Italian, and then you're somehow getting you are stretching the boundaries of DNA, my friend. That is not how what is it, melanin works?
Talking to your dad or me? You talking to your dad?
I'm talking to him.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
No, he is insane. That is not how it works.
I'm saying because
There-
Melissa
listen.
and Jenna are like my complexion, dude. So like, come on, man.
Yeah, like they're dark.
Vanna White. There's another example. There's some swimmer that's in the Olympics.
You can't
that-
say names that I don't know the faces
Spain,
to.
though. That's
Oh,
Spanish.
wait.
We're talking about
here's
two
a
good one.
Mexican women,
Here's a
man.
good one. Me.
We talking about two Mexican girls, man.
All right. So Lucas, where do you have Angelina Tyler at?
Meh.
All right.
I don't have a whole
She's
bunch of
dead.
answers for these guys. A lot of these survivors are people that weren't super
Thanks for
important
joining.
to the story, so it's like one of those things where I didn't really pay attention to them much after the fact. So like now I'm seeing all these people that like somehow survived these movies. I'm just like,
How? Right? How did they survive?
not even how,
Lucas
just like
wasn't good at his job.
okay. I mean, good for them. They didn't get horrifically murdered by the end of the film.
Yeah, if I leave out the whole Ghostface scenario, I would say Matt too. But it's not my turn. It's Marcus's turn. I'm just waiting for him to be ready. Marcus, where do you have Angelina Tyler at?
I mean, if we're going off of that thing of possibly her surviving, being stabbed in the clavicle, wherever she got stabbed, Roman stabbed her, then I will put her at. And for the history of her potentially was supposed to originally be a Ghostface, then I'll put her at loss of potential. So
All right. So I got her married. You got a lots of potential. We got two Mez. No, where you got her at?
So are we talking about her? So let's say she's alive. Are we talking about her as tricking everyone and being a Ghostface, or just not being a Ghostface? That
The
changes.
only Ghostface that survived.
That's changing my. So that changes my answer. That's I need. So I need to know: is she the remaining surviving Ghostface, and we don't know it, or is she just a survivor?
I would say that the way how bad the continuity is when it comes to Scream 3, that there is definitely a second killer in that movie.
Okay.
There's
So
things
if we're
that
saying
we can say.
if we're saying that she is without a doubt a Ghostface, and the sole surviving Ghostface, I will put her in Alpha.
Oh, wow. All right.
As
so
the sole surviving Ghostface, and nobody knows it, and she's technically off grid still. That is some Alpha level shit.
All right. That
This
drops
is a
her into the beta
surprisingly
mode.
balanced tier list. This is a surprisingly balanced one today.
All right.
I know what
all right.
David only take one shot.
Oh, Marcus, you're up.
Oh, who is this?
We got Zam.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Alpha,
drop
dude.
her there.
Alpha.
Alpha, dude. Hands down, Alpha. Like next to Sydney, she's probably next to Sydney and Dewey. She's probably like one of the strongest characters, as well as Kirby. So yeah, she's up there with them, man. Hands down.
Yep. Depending
fair.
on, so this is where it comes in perfectly for our little live stream here because it's evenly split, and as I've seen it, the franchise is evenly split between who's the best, Sydney or Sam. So Sydney we know is going to be an alpha, right? No spoiler there. I should have just put her on the list as an alpha, but Sam is definitely an alpha too. Definitely an alpha too, and she is probably number 2 on the list when it comes to the best characters in this entire franchise. So I have her as alpha as well. So Noah, knowing where I have her ranked at number 2, Marcus, where do you kind of rank her? Is she better than Sydney or maybe number 2?
I'll put it like this. I would say as far as her taking out Ghostface, because Sydney out of everybody in just horror franchise, period, Sydney is up there as far as like taking out the antagonists of films. She's taken out 5 or 6 Ghostface killers. But Sam is brutal because she is definitely her father's daughter, and she is brutal. So I would say she's stronger than Sydney on that level, as far as her brutality of taking out Ghostface killers. So I would say that. But as far as survivability, I say she's like neck and neck with it.
All right. No, how about you? You have her alpha, I would imagine, right?
Yes, I do. But so I think it's like if we're comparing like Sydney to Sam, I think it's less of like which character we think is a better survivor, and it's always going to come down to which character we prefer. But if we're talking about like the characters, Melissa Barrera and like did a lot with the Sam character in just 2 films. In comparison to what was done with Sydney in 5 films, right? So we've had Sam overcome a lot more mentally in her own like right than in one movie than Sydney did in 3. And I get it, that's more compelling story to have like the thing come full circle, and 3, it sucked, but whatever. But like it still, kind of came full circle, and then in 4 she's like a new woman, a new badass. You know what I mean? Like she's a badass in 1 through 3, but struggling with her own psychosis and everything, and being locked away. So seeing Sam did that. She left Woodsboro, and she met Richie and all that, but it was such a shorter time span. And it was also as equally a big a deal, because like her mom was murdered. Sydney's mom was murdered. That's a big deal. But Sam's father is a murderer, and one of the most horrific ones of that area too. So like to see what Sam overcame, and then also be such a badass, just the putting on the robe, the mask, the knife, being just a full-on psychotic motherfucker one final time. It's really hard. It's really hard to juggle it. So I would just say you'd have to go based off which one you prefer, and I prefer Sam just because I like the way that she portrayed her character more.
Yeah, I couldn't argue that. Yeah.
No, it's great points. Lucas, how about you? Do you have her alpha or something else?
Oh, yeah. Definitely have her at alpha. I think again with what Marcus said, I think I like her just because of how goddamn brutal she is. She's a real feng shui with that good old daddy's knife. But yeah. I also just really like Sam. I think like I know a lot of people want her to be Ghostface, but I'm in the 1% of wanting her to overcome that, because I just like stories of overcoming that kind of darkness and whatnot.
She just becomes the Punisher of that universe.
Dude,
she wears the Ghostface symbol on her chest and starts taking them out.
That would be awesome. And Kirby would be her
scream story.
Kirby would like cover up everything since she's law enforcement.
That would be a good comic book spinoff. Let's see here. So King Matthews got, I feel like Tara was a little better than Sam. However, I did like Sam battling her mental problems in 6. So I have Sam and lots of potential. Ooh. Wow. That's interesting. That is very interesting.
Did you say wrong?
I respect your decision.
He just goes, ooh, wrong.
All right. So we got Deputy Vincent. I think that's mine. So I got him in a fucking joke. Because he was just kind of like the doofy guy in the movie, and it's like,
dude, he almost got Tara killed.
Every time I saw him in Scream, like the inner track or soundtrack started playing. Doop 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 doop. I was like, yeah, and he had the facial expressions that went with it too. So yeah, that's where I have him.
He always he always seemed confused. Yeah,
right.
You know what? What's his face from?
He always had an unsolvable math problem in front of his face.
The guy from
like
Ant-Man and the Wasp. The Asian detective. I know it's not him, but he reminds me a shit ton of him. Like I think they just have the same energy.
They should have made Mr. Bean the cop in that one. So I don't know, but he would have.
That would have been amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean versus Ghostface. That'd be great.
We just see him charge at him with a knife, literally just.
All right, so Lucas, where do you have Deputy Vincent?
Which one was he in again? Scream 5 or 6?
Scream 5. He is the one that was the guard at the hospital, and then he leaves the hospital.
Yeah, no, he can stay in a fucking joke. Yeah, he can stay there.
Like Sam's like, why are you here? You're supposed to be guarding my sister. The chief. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, she's not gonna be unstabbed, but you hear, dumbass.
Bonehead.
I had to come see her body. I don't know.
Barnacles for brains. He's got barnacles for brains.
Marcus, are you saving this guy, or is he staying there?
So as a character in the movie, he's a fucking joke. But him as an actor, he's an alpha.
Yeah, him as an actor, he's great.
Yeah, he played Mr. Negative in Marvel Spider-Man. Yes, and that's a badass character.
Oh my god, he did. He was Martin Lee. Oh my god, that movie.
Which, by the way, those Spider-Man games were movies, he would get an Oscar.
Yep.
He would get an Oscar for that
Yeah.
performance. I fucking love Martin Lee.
Look at you
in-
guys trying to keep the bridges not burnt with some of
What?
these people.
What?
We like you.
First off,
Like your
wait,
This is
no,
something I
no.
enjoy.
Until you play Spider-Man, I don't want to fucking hear it. Until you experience the
Those-
tragedy of that beautiful game, and honestly, they're all great
Hey,
games.
so I
Oh
told
my
your
God, I
dad
don't
he
wanna
needs to just
hear
watch the
anything.
cutscenes on YouTube. Just watch it as a
Look,
movie.
look,
Just watch the
that's-
cutscenes.
yeah.
He is the reason Dewey had to go to the hospital and die, so I don't really like
Yeah,
him.
no, he's
That
a
is
fucking
great
joke.
point.
In Scream 6, in Scream 5, I mean, he's a fucking joke. But as Martin Lee,
Badass.
he's
Badass.
fucking
bro.
shit.
All
Oh.
right. No, you got an easy one here. It's Tara. So should I just drop up here for everybody and we can just talk about this character real quick?
Actually,
y'all
so
gonna be
I'm
mad
gonna
at
put
me.
her in lots of
No.
potential. I'm putting her in
Y'all
lots
gonna
of
be mad at me.
potential. I'm doing the opposite of King Matthew III. I'm putting her in lots of potential.
You guys really aren't gonna like.
She
mine,
had
though.
because she has. It got really silent. It got really silent. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
In Scream 5, yeah, she survives and she beats Amber with a crutch. That's fine. But last time I checked, she didn't set her on fire. That was cool. I don't even like
I gotta
Gail,
work
and
tomorrow.
Gail set her on fire.
not
And
gonna be
Gail set
good.
her on fire. She's great
Oh
at
my
she.
God.
You know, she great. She got stabbed in the hand. She got her ankle snapped. Whatever. Scream 6. She has a burnout, as we all do on occasion. She wants to live her life. Whatever. So what? Like, she has the potential to be something so much more if the franchise continued with their character, and that's what they were building towards. But we didn't get that, did we? We just got what we got.
I know why you have her in lots of potential because she likes the Babadook. That's why.
That movie, that is, you know what?
That movie is horrible,
That would
dude.
drop. No,
I hate
if
that
I
movie.
considered that, she'd be
I
as a
hate that
fucking
fucking
joke,
movie.
because that is
Oh,
horrible
I
taste.
hate that
The
movie.
part
Yeah.
of that, the best part of that movie is the comedic value of her kid walking in on her in a promiscuous scene, and it's still fucking stupid.
I never
Ah.
wanted to choke out a kid more than that movie.
kick him out of the car.
Kick that kid out of the moving vehicle. Why can't you just be normal? I mean, granted, he had his reasons, but and that did. I didn't realize that was from a meme. That's a very popular meme, and that's where it's from an awful ass movie.
I'm going to
And then
hell.
it's
We're all
a
going
it's a
to hell
euphemism.
because we picked on that
It's a
kid.
euphemism for her husband.
Oh boy.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Now I'm
Lucas.
angry about the Babadook.
Lucas.
Ay.
Go.
I'm gonna be so for real. If you didn't like Noah's answer, you're really not gonna like mine because I have her in meh.
Wow,
Wow.
that's crazy even for me.
I don't know.
lots of potential.
She throughout Scream 5 and 6, I just was not into her character. In 6, I was into her a little bit more. One, because she actually did a decent amount in Scream 6, and I'll give her that. But I just never really saw
He
her.
almost got killed in the
I
opening
know.
scene
I know.
of Scream
I
5.
know.
What the hell did you want her to do?
I know.
Did you want her to do
know.
backflips? Oh my God.
No, I wanted her to start doing the
Oh
Wednesday
my God.
dance.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't really enjoy her in the movie, and it's not even a thing of her acting. It's like she was doing a pretty good job acting. I just didn't enjoy her character. She felt so heavily like a side character in a movie where she was basically the secondary main character.
That is valid.
Two
That is a
movies where
valid
she was
answer.
basically the
That is a
secondary
very valid answer. She
yeah.
did.
They sidelined her way too far up.
I would even argue to say that Chad and Mindy had a more important role in Scream 6 than she did.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, speaking of him, speak of the devil. I see him.
Marcus?
I actually, so I hated Tara as a character in both movies, but
Wow! Oh
hold on,
no!
hold on. But hold on, because she was just annoying to me, as far as like, that teenage angst and wanted to detach herself from the events and stuff. She was just fucking annoying. But
somebody
as
sounds
far
like
as-
they're aging themselves.
as far as her survivability and what she did in Scream 6, I definitely would place her at beta because of the way she, that final act, her going against Ethan and just surviving all of that in part 6. I got to give her credit for it. You know what I mean?
Was a twerp.
She should have died. She should have died though, because I mean that gut shot was brutal, man. When she dropped down on him, that gut shot was brutal. She
I think
should have
if you guys
died,
really wanted
but,
to see
yeah.
fucking Sam become Ghostface, they should have killed her. That they should have killed Tara.
Well, no, I think if they wanted
that's what it
Sam to
was.
be Ghostface, they should have had Sam go against Tara
Yeah.
rather than you know what I mean.
that's good
Which
too.
I hope they would have, like they were setting that up, but it didn't happen. So.
It's for the fan fiction.
So yeah, well, that's another video that we can make and get some views on, so that's good. So I have her at beta as well. I think the character was done really well, especially in part 6 where she's like, let's just kill the motherfucker. So, it was
It took her
her
the whole movie
idea.
to get to that point. Though.
It was her idea to set up the kill box. It was her idea to get Ghostface to where they needed to get her because Sam couldn't do it. So Tara was the person that's like, let's go. Let's get him into the kill box. Let's end this guy. So, well,
But
she
how long
lands
did
it.
it
Lots
take
of
her to get to that
potential.
point? Though?
The whole 5th movie, though. Oh, my God. All right. I don't even know who goes now.
The
'cause
whole
I'm
5th
so
movie, she was
disappointed.
dead weight throughout the entire movie because of it.
Christ
Like her injuries
almighty.
made her dead weight.
Let's go. Lucas, I think it's your turn. Where are we putting
I
Chad?
need my inhaler.
Oh, best girl Chad.
Oh,
Best
Jesus.
girl Chad. Oh my god, I love Chad. That's it.
Alpha, though?
That's all. Yeah. Yes. Dude got stabbed 1,000,000 times and somehow
than
He was
Lewis.
stabbed in the
I'll
dick.
give it to him. I'll give it to
More
the
than
guy.
Lewis.
He's a strong motherfucker. He's got some fucking gumption.
He
in
was
his
quite
boots.
the pincushion. He was quite the pincussion.
And because
Yeah,
I
when he drinks
because I
now,
rank
his
Patrick
shirt
Dempsey with it,
out his
the
stomach.
guy who plays him is also very attractive.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, Mason Gooding. Yeah.
Okay.
Got some good
we got
genes.
we got some bias going on there. So, Marcus, Marcus,
I'm
don't tell
nothing
me you got
but
him at Alpha
biased.
too, Marcus.
Nah, I actually got him at beta.
Okay.
Chad is awesome. Chad to me is Dewey 2.0. A little bit more intelligent, you know what I mean? A little bit more athletic, but he was willing to sacrifice himself for his friends, you know what I mean? And that goes a long way with him. And he came up with the core 4, man. The core fucking 4, dude.
Yeah, go for.
But nah, Chad was a good character in both films to me. I really like Chad a lot. So
All right. The one thing I like about Chad is his fight scenes against Ghostface, but he needed to die in 6, so maybe he.
It would have made his sacrifice a
It's
bit more,
kinda.
yeah.
I have a
heartfelt.
feeling them putting him in this movie is probably just them being like, okay, we're gonna kill him now.
Yeah, probably.
No, I need to see the conclusion to his relationship with Tara. That's like it's Big Bond Scream soap
Don't
opera.
you
I need
know
to
they
know
already
what's going
died?
on with that.
Hold
Honestly,
on,
like,
hey,
just
hold
as a
on, before y'all
character,
go.
though,
Before you go, since Lucas brought it up earlier, Chad is the king of Riz, man. Chad is the king of fucking Riz,
Exactly.
bro.
He
Both
has
movies,
some
Chad is a
fucking-
pimp, bro. Chad is a pimp in both movies, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Chad
Alright,
seemed
so,
loyal to the
look.
girls he was interested in.
I-
If anything, he's a
I'm
simp.
taking this character. I'm taking the real life person, moving him out of my judging here, right? Because yes, if you go and see him in Hard Eyes,
We love
he is like
Chad.
probably
We
the
love
best
Chad.
thing in Hard Eyes. Like he is the best character in the movie Hard Eyes, right? And if I swing that way, yeah, maybe he'd be on my top 10 list, top 5 probably. But the
That's
dude
another.
is a
That's another
pincushion.
podcast. We'll do that next.
Yeah, we'll rank those guys during Men History Month if we ever have those. But
During
yeah,
What If.
very good character, very good character in the film. But I'm not Alpha, man. The guy kept going down, so I have him at lots of potential. So he's going to be a beta, because sure he has some funny lines, but the dude keeps getting taken out. So yeah.
Hold on,
Yep.
I gotta respond to Noah's question. He was like, he thought he was a simp. Hey, no, when his girl said, "Hey, I want to bang you right now," and he was like, "Hold on, I'm not sure that you're the killer or not." Like, come on, bro.
That's intelligent.
Come
That's
on.
intelligent.
Come
He's just being
on, bro.
intelligent.
He's smart. He's handsome. He's
anything-
athletic.
anything,
He's
that's
got
big- if anything,
everything
I just
you
feel like
need
that
in a
he's-
man.
It kind of just shows that that he is related to Randy, because that's just such a nerd thing to do. He really just shut everything down. Like he had the opportunity. Like I'm gonna not like he had a love for horror movies, and he really just he cock blocked himself. So he fully nerd full circled it. If anything, that just proves my point even more.
Which is funny because Mindy was the one that was looking to score that night.
Mhm.
Mindy's the whore.
Yep.
Mindy was going for it all.
All right.
I think she tried
All
to
right,
go
so-
for 2 different people that night. Applaud to Mindy, and she lived.
Yeah.
But she did get
Yep.
stabbed though.
So where do you have her, Noah?
Her?
Him.
Um,
Whiskey. I'm on my 3rd glass of whiskey, guys. Come on.
I don't. I'm gonna put him at beta. I'm gonna put him at beta, just because he did it. Like, as far as like him being the next Dewey, he takes a punch, but Dewey delivered more punches. I would say, like Dewey
Need a
did more.
tiebreaker.
Oh, hold on. You saw what he
Tiebreaker
did
in the
part
comments.
6. You saw what he did
Yeah,
in
that's
part 6.
fine.
He put up a fight, dude. He put up a
I
fight.
saw what he got.
Like Dewey,
Beheadings?
don't get me wrong. I love Dewey. Dewey was good with the gun, but Chad put them paws on him, bro. Chad was fighting for his
It didn't really
life.
do much. Yeah, but it didn't do much for him though, did it?
Well, it was 2. It was 2 on 1. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
All
like,
right.
hey.
I need a tiebreaker in the comments because we got 2
Dewey also got
alphas, we got
stabbed
2
in the
betas.
spine more than like multiple times.
If you know what's good for you, well, that sounds like a threat. Hold on. If you know what's good for your mind, you'll put Chad in alpha.
He goes he goes into beta. There it is. Chad, lots of potential for me. So he sits in beta. He sits in beta. All right, so that brings us up to
It makes me
Mindy.
want to eat batteries.
Ooh, Mindy.
Wow.
You do that
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. Marcus?
Mindy. She wanted to be her uncle so bad, but she was always wrong on so many levels. So I put her at lots of potential.
Oh, that's good. I like to, go ahead.
I
Go
love
ahead.
her
I like
as a
to read.
Was she?
like. I
Was she
love her as a
wrong?
character. Like, oh yeah, she was wrong all throughout part 6 in guessing. I love her as a character. She's a very fun character. She's very much like an Uncle Randy. Uh, and but at the same time, she really didn't do much in the films. You know what I mean? As far as physically, and yeah, she survived. They didn't want to, they wanted the trilogy with him and everything, but Chad was just a stronger character than she was, in my opinion. So yeah, I think she had potential, and I was hoping that in part 7 they'll do something with her more to bump her up to the next level. But yeah,
I
right
swear
now,
to God, if they shit on these characters, I'm gonna be so pissed.
yeah.
I'm not-
It's going to be the opening scene.
Oh my God, that's like almost like walkout territory. Like if you
Yeah,
go
right?
ahead and you have Chad and Mindy get
you
off
can't.
in the opening scene,
As soon
that's
as
like
I see
fucking 'em out.
Chad lose the life from his eyes, it's gone. It's over.
So will the director.
So Marcus, I agree with you. You kind of sold me on that. I really didn't have a rating for her between beta and lots of potential. But yeah, lots of potential, but she was wrong a lot. Super entertaining character. Love the character. I actually love the core 4. I think they're amazing in the franchise. But yeah, she was wrong a lot of the times. And the speeches were like, yeah, no, no. You're wrong.
You're
And you just
there.
kind of
But you're
steered.
really not.
She steered everybody in the path of Ghostface
Yeah.
because she's like, all right, well, yeah, let's go this way. Oh, damn, now that's where Ghostface is at. So she is the one that kind of got them in more trouble.
Do you think that in part 6 they did that intentionally, like as a joke, like just to make fun of that character? Because they even like did it because so here's my thing, right? Here's my reasoning for it. They even put in a cutscene of her saying that there wouldn't be any type of like cutscene in a film, in a horror film. So like it kind of just even like shows that she was even wrong about that because there was a technical cutscene making fun of that character even more. It seems like it's intentional at some point, unless they were just like,
well, okay, so obviously it was intentional because they wanted her to be wrong for the story so that it would drive it forward. But it's like, it's also one of those things of like, she was supposed to be, I guess, the Randy of the group, and she was supposed to know how this goes down. And granted, Randy, it was also like, he was also kind of oblivious to who the killers and whatnot were in his own movie when he was around. But at the same time, for them to make this character better, or like the better version of Randy, she would have had to have at least been right about one thing.
All right, so let's get
hold
two
on.
quick votes.
Randy was never wrong. Randy was never wrong. He guessed Stu. He didn't guess Billy, but he never attempted to guess Billy. He was right about Stu, and he
Yeah.
was right about Mickey in part
No,
two.
he guessed Billy. He guessed Billy in the video store.
Oh
He
yeah, he
knew it
sure
was
did.
Billy.
He sure
He
did.
knew.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. You're right.
Yep.
So he was 3 for 3 actually.
I think it's also a cool thing about her character is that like since she is wrong, it shows that she's basically kind of sticking to the old like movie rules instead of
Mhm.
thinking of reboot
Mhm.
territory means anything can really happen.
Mhm. So Noah and
That would be a
Lucas,
nice
are
way to
you in
adapt her
lots of
character in
potential
7.
too? Are you in lots of-
Yeah,
I'll-
I'll have her there. That seems fair. I think in Scream 7, if she shows us more, maybe we can update this list if
I would
she
say-
survives.
You actually just made a really good point. It'd be a cool thing to see in Scream 7, provided they don't shit on the characters. To see that she adapts, like, oh, it is a new franchise, so it is new
Mhm.
rules. Kind of like because even like in Scream 3, Randy made a surprise cameo because he knew he might die. So he thought ahead and he said that there would be new rules.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, and he was technically right. So he was always kind of adapting throughout the franchise, even though he didn't make it in 2. He had a contingency. He's literally Batman. He's Batman of this
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
I think that she
I'm
should
Randy.
take a play out of her book or his book and adapt to the new wave of slashers.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Who knows?
All right.
My name is
All right.
Randy.
All right. I think we're all good with that one. So I agree with this comment. So King Matthew's got Chad will probably go out like Dewey did, protecting someone. My theory is
Mhm.
Chad will sacrifice him. Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Yeah, I
You
can see
have
that.
to.
Yeah,
You
I
have
can see
to.
that.
It's a good heroic end for a good heroic character.
Yep. All right. So that brings us up to Hank Loomis. That is me, and I'm at Matt with him.
Yeah, you can
Was
put
he
it
in the
back.
movie for 2 seconds?
Look at that dorky little haircut.
Yeah, the haircut should bring him down to a fucking joke. And then the looks on his face, sitting in the chair looking at his son.
And he's
like,
a
all
shitty
weird.
dad. He's a shitty
Yeah.
dad.
He's a horrible lawyer. Fuck this. I'm moving him down to a fucking joke.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh my
shitty dad. He's a horrible
Put
lawyer.
this piece of trash where he
sucks.
belongs.
He
Put this piece
sucks.
of trash where he belongs.
Yes. I'm sold on that. So Lucas, where do you have this asshole at?
Fucking joke. Hey, again, he was
Yeah.
in the movie for like 2 seconds. I could care less about Hank Loomis.
Yeah, and he's being a dick to his son.
Yeah, he's one of the
Maybe if
reasons
he
why
was
all
nicer
this
to
shit
his kid.
started.
Well, that's
Maybe if he
why.
was nicer to his
This is
kid,
one of the
it wouldn't be a
characters we had to
problem.
cast for the prequel
He cheated on
idea.
his
And
wife. He cheated on his wife.
So that's
What a
why I
dick.
actually give him credit and bump him up to mad, because if it wasn't for him
That's
banging cities,
crazy.
hold on. If it wasn't for him banging, he's a catalyst of all this shit. So that's why
because
I
he
was
does-
like, you gotta give him credit. You gotta give him credit, because we wouldn't have the
Oh my
movies if it wasn't for him.
So because he's an adulterer, he gets.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because you can't keep it in your pants, you caused the
I-
slaying
yeah,
of
yeah,
many
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Lucas is going
Hundreds
to
have
the-
died because
I
of
gotta
your-
be the
hundreds have
antagonist
died
of this.
because of
I
your
gotta be the
hatred.
antagonist.
It's
of
that
this.
it's
I gotta
that
be the
kind of
antagonist
night.
of this.
It's that
Luke,
kind of night.
His inner Danny's
That's
coming
it.
out.
Well,
And
I
Lucas
said,
is done.
man's still bad.
Oh my
It's a
god.
D. It's a D.
Ah.
It's never easy.
It's a
It
D
never
for
goes
dick.
without nice.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh, I like what King Matthew said about him.
All right, let's go to that real quick. Hold on. Let me go back.
Oh, I don't
here.
even have a snack or anything.
Hank could be the reason Stu is in Scream 7 if Stu is alive in 7, but Hank as a character is a joke. Yep. All right, Noah, you get to take us off with where the hell did he go? Did I lose
He's
him?
at the bottom.
No, you got him at a fucking joke.
He's at the
Neil
bottom.
Prescott. No, Neil Prescott
Oh.
disappeared. Where
Oh,
the hell
no.
did Neil Prescott go?
Well, to be fair, he
Oh
is dead.
no,
He-
Neil
Oh, he's
died-
there. He's at
yeah.
meh.
He
He's in
disappeared.
meh.
That's like in,
He's the
Oh,
first
okay.
one in
Where
meh.
do you
How the hell
got him,
did he
Noah?
get there?
How did he get there?
I think he accidentally dragged him up when he was dragging Hank.
He was a rag doll in.
Uh-oh.
No, no, it's broken.
I
No,
heard him.
it's broken. He broke.
Oh man, I heard
Oh,
him.
son of a comment. Lucas, where do
He was
you
about to say
have?
some bullshit, and they just knew. They just knew.
Oh boy, Lucas, start us off. Where do you have Hank? Where do you have Neil Prescott?
I don't know. I don't remember him being that good of a father. I think he probably belongs in meh. He's one of those characters that I think we visited twice in two different movies and then never saw again. Right? Yeah.
Mhm.
No. He
Oh,
can
yep.
stay in meh. I don't.
I'm
Oh!
back.
Oh!
He's back.
Ah!
So Lucas has him as meh. No, where you have meh?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. It's because in the first Scream movie, all he was a rag doll. He was a rag doll, and then he died in Scream 4 technically, so he's not even alive. I mean, he survived the Scream incident, so I guess that's cool. But he didn't do anything. He was in it for like 5 minutes. He had
He
like
was
5 minutes of
exactly.
screen time.
This was his whole role in
And
that
half
movie.
of it he was
Pinata.
tied. Yeah, he was tied up for half of his scenes. And then I mean, I guess you get the comic relief at the end where he jumps out of the closet. Dad. Like that's it. That's all we get from him.
My favorite rendition of this character is also in Scary Movie. I
Cindy's dad.
love Cindy's dad in Scary Movie, and I love
He said, if the cops come,
shit he
hide the
says.
drugs.
This is
He
the
said, tell him
only
it's not
this is
mine.
the only
Tell him it's not mine.
relation between that character that I could make is that I actually like that version better.
Me too. Now I will put him at alpha.
We need to rank the Scary Movie,
Alright.
the Scary Movie franchise after this. Holy shit!
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
just
a good
keep
one.
him in there.
Noah, Marcus, where you got him at? Neil Prescott.
Neil, I got at meh. Again, he was just, there. You know what I mean? He seemed like he was a good dad, to Sydney, but again, he didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? He didn't add anything to the story other than being a good father to Sydney,
Yeah,
What did he do
I
for
have to
work?
agree. I don't know.
Like
you
that
see that
required
house?
you
Well,
to
in
He
one
did a pretty
universe,
damn good
he killed
job.
Yeah, like what was
drugs.
this guy
He did a good
doing?
job.
I don't know.
But,
I know he said he was going to like some convention or something like that.
That's it.
but,
Like he looks like he's dressed to be like a farmer or something, but he's
That
like
one
going in big bucks.
Yeah.
That one shot of vodka made me sweat so bad.
Yeah, I got him at Matt too. So you guys have said it all. So we have King Matthew saying Neil Prescott is meant for me because he left town in the middle of an attack for his work. Plus, he only appears in 3 to check on Sydney. So he's also a terrible father.
I forgot he was in 3. I completely forgot he was in 3.
Oh damn! Wait, was he?
Yeah.
Apparently
he was in
so.
there
Show
for
how
like
much
2
of a
minutes.
meh
2
character
minutes.
he is.
How much screen time does he have throughout the franchise?
well, no.
That's what I
If
wanna
you
know.
remember in part 3 though, they had constant contact because remember he told Sydney, even though we only saw him for that one scene in part 3, he told Sydney he was like, "Hey, the only people that you talk to are total strangers on the phone and me." And he kept telling her, he was like, "You need to have a life and stuff." So he was always there for Sydney. So that's why I say he was an excellent father. But we didn't see that as an audience. But
Yeah.
in the
Alright.
dialogue, it was explained. So yeah, just man.
That's
man.
something that could have been visited
Just man.
in a prequel TV series,
You
seeing
know.
him as a father.
Yeah.
Could have seen.
All right. Who goes? Who's got Sheriff Burke?
So I'm biased for Burke.
He
I put
also
him as
didn't really.
meh. I put him as meh.
Okay.
But I'm just a fan of his because he was also a deputy in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
So but I mean he
I
of
think
course
I'm
didn't
getting
figure out the
mood
case or
about normal things.
anything in the original movie, but he looked like a very capable sheriff. He looked like a capable sheriff, but again, he didn't do shit.
You can look the part.
I'm going to go with lots of potential. So we'll raise him up for a little bit because I think he was a good sheriff. I think he was a little bit over his head.
Yeah.
But I think he had potential to be a really good character in the film. Noah, how about you?
Meh.
Because
he was wrong. He was wrong. Like he didn't do a good job. he was not like he arrested Billy, and then he's like he didn't do it
Well, he was
because
going
the
off of
phone
evidence.
said he didn't do it.
He was going off of
He couldn't
evidence.
do it.
That's
If
his
he
job.
okay, but he literally one of his first lines after arresting Billy is 30 years ago. I would say no way. Now who the hell knows? He should be following his gut if he's that like if he's the lead cop. He should probably have a good intuition and be like, oh, maybe, but let's keep an eye on this kid. He just completely disregards it.
Well, he followed the law.
No.
He held him for 24 hours. That's what you're supposed to do legally, until you could get damning
I think it's
evidence.
40.
So he
I think
did.
it's
He
40.
did
I
it by
think
the
it's
book.
48 hours.
So, yeah.
It's not even about.
He
You
said
can
he
still
feels
do it
like
by
he's
the
a
book
dirty
and still
cop.
keep all your tabs. You could still do the by the book and still keep tabs on people. That's being a good investigator. Dewey did a better job.
No.
He followed up on leads. He followed up on the leads.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
that's
Him
because
and his ice cream cone.
he told him, he was like, "Hey, stick to the girls. Make sure nothing happens." So
Where is the
the
sheriff during
sheriff
the
told him.
final battle? Where is the sheriff during the final showdown?
All
Nowhere
right.
to be seen.
He sent Dewey to be with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to get in the weeds like that. This isn't Law and Order. This
Yeah.
isn't Law and Order where they don't do. Yeah,
I'm
He
not
come on.
trying to talk
delegates.
about Law and Order.
He
We're
delegates.
talking about a
He
small
delegates.
town. We're
Yes,
talking about a
he
small
delegates.
town. He's delegating all the work to Dewey. What other cops did you see doing shit?
That's his job.
Wasn't Dewey like some kind of like trainee in the first film or something?
No,
No,
he was
he's
just
a
a
deputy.
deputy. He was a
Okay.
deputy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
was a gopher.
That's why I was like.
All
That's
right,
why I
Lucas.
was. Oh yeah. No, I have him in a fucking joke. Again. I don't remember enough of this character to care about him, and I don't remember enough of his deeds to really give him anything more than, okay, bottom of the barrel, probably one of the worst sheriffs I've seen in a movie.
Okay.
I've seen smarter
I'm not-
cops in Cops.
All right. Well, that's where he'll sit at. So I think our next one, Noah, is essentially right. Alpha, right? Sid, we're talking about Sid.
Yeah, we can just throw her an alpha real quick.
Big Sid.
Yeah.
I think we all agree on Sid. Everybody knows she's straight up alpha.
She is the best final girl in all of horror. I'm so
Agreed.
tired of hearing people saying, "Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis." Just because Jamie Lee Curtis came first doesn't make her the best. Sydney Prescott
Honestly,
is
Ripley was a better
going
final
on,
girl.
exactly.
If we're gonna say what
Ripley
the
was
best
a better
final girl is
than
based,
Jamie.
if we're gonna go with the best final girl is based off of who came first, it would either be from the Birds or just Norman Bates. He's a final girl technically.
So yeah.
No, nothing. No. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny.
I don't have a crickets chirping sound. But
You gotta get one. You gotta get one. You gotta get one at my expense
As
now.
soon as you brought up Jamie Lee Curtis, I was filled with the anger I was filled with when we watched the goddamn Halloween movies. Jamie Lee Curtis is not a good final girl. Those movies suck, and Scream is better.
I go Sid, Ripley, and then Sam. Sid, Ripley, Sam. Those are my top.
You put Sid. You put
Yeah,
Sid above.
well, yeah,
Ripley?
and then you.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Definitely.
risky.
And then let's not forget that we also have
That's
Lauren Rivera,
crazy.
Terrifier too.
Definitely is nuts.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, she's in my
yeah,
top
Jamie
five.
Lee Curtis
Yeah,
is
of
just
course.
falling really quick. So.
I'm still reeling at you saying definitely above Ripley is insane to me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I
But
have to
that's you know what that's for another ranking. We'll do a final
we're
girl
ranking
ranking
final
of,
girls
of
now.
that. Yeah.
Jack's
Now
going
that
on
you
the
just
list.
said that, I am fully sober right now and I am angry.
March is Women in History, Horror History Month. So I guess that we have a category that we'll be talking about this final girl. So alrighty,
It's crazy.
let's talk about our final character. Lucas, you get to start us off, and that is.
We actually have one more character that we don't have on the list.
What?
The sheriff in part 2.
You know
David
how
Arquette's
memorable
father.
he was? I don't.
Yeah,
even
David
remember.
Arquette's father. Yeah.
There was a
Who
sheriff
is
in
this
part
again?
2.
What's her name?
Martha
That's,
Meeks.
Randy's
This is
sister.
Dewey's
Martha Meeks.
Randy's sister.
Randy's
The
sister.
mother of
We
the
forgot-
the mother of the twins.
Oh, okay. I don't know. We'll put it. We'll put her in meh because she gave birth to 2 great kids.
Wouldn't that make her? Wouldn't that give her lots of potential then?
Nope. I don't know.
Sure. All right.
What did she
That's
do?
where we start her at.
What did she
She
do?
delivered the
She
videotape
delivered
in
the message.
Scream 3.
She was quite literally the messenger. At least she didn't get shot.
Oh my god, at least didn't get shot.
Like,
All right, okay.
I have nothing
I
to say
see
for
that
this
point.
woman. I don't get it.
see
I don't
that
get
point.
the hype around her, other than
Thank
being
you,
the
King
mother
Matthew.
of 2 of the best characters in Scream history. Like, that's it.
Let's see. All right. So, well, she had to have the connections to be able to sneak on set to give Sydney the videotape.
Yeah, because you can't just get on a lot like that without.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a big Hollywood
Yeah.
produced movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. All right, Marcus, where you got her?
lots of potential. I
Lots of
love
potential.
Martha Man. Yeah, I love
Okay.
Martha Man.
So we'll bump her up one. So I will agree, lots of potential because she was
I will also
doing
agree.
some undercover. All right, there we go. Lots of potential. Undercover recon work for Randy, making sure that his vision lived on. So that's where we're at with these people. So
And she
The
supported the
duality of the
twins
cult
like in
Ghostface.
everything that they were doing, with trying to figure out the case. She was
yeah,
very supportive.
I would look if I was Martha, I would have took the kids and moved them the hell out of town. It's like, all
Yep.
right, the shit's happening again. We've been through this once. Let's go. We're out.
Could you imagine like they do the cult of Ghostface and these people are like fighting them and they have a headquarters and she's just here making like the teas and shit like Alfred.
Yeah, here's some
Like
cookies and snacks.
like she's like straightening up their like collars and shit like and be safe, wear your sunscreen and fuck those bitches up and then just give them a pat on the ass and send them on their way. Like
On the
I would love
Right,
to. I think that'd be
investigation work.
great.
Yeah.
That would be great. I would love that because she just has that aura as a character to be able to do that. Just pop in, say some lines, and then pop out.
I am looking forward to her character returning in the next film. So
Yeah, I hope she
forgot
does.
she's gonna be in 7. Yes.
Oh wait, they cast her?
Yeah.
yeah, she
Oh, good,
I think
good,
she's
good.
either cast or heavily rumored
again,
that she is back.
Opening scene kill.
They better not
you
kill
mean the
Martha.
entire
No,
family?
that's
Better
Mark
not kill
Evans.
Martha.
Joel
That's-
McHale is dying in the opening scene, and if he doesn't, I'm going to be pissed off and be throwing popcorn at the screen. Joel McHale must die in the opening scene of this movie.
Joel McHale must
I
die.
hate him.
Now, on a
God.
side note, she had one of the most gruesome kills
In a video game.
Hostel Part 2.
Sorry.
The way they took her out was pretty gruesome in
Look.
Hostel Part 2. Over the bathtub
Let's-
with the scythe.
All right,
Oh.
let's go here. Let's go to a comment real quick. So we got Scott Walker. I didn't even read the comment. So we got here. Has there been any word on the actress that played Billy's mother in Scream 2? Is there any address of her ghost returning for the film? I have not seen anything with Nancy Loomis coming back. No rumors.
Nancy
nothing.
Loomis to return?
Dude, were you here for the Ghostface ranking? She was up there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know she was
guys
up there,
had her
but I
up in the
certainly didn't
middle.
fucking put her up there.
God.
Hey, she was Nancy Loomis was the emperor, or her.
We're not getting into it again. We are not getting into it again. I swear to God.
I would
I'm gonna
say
shoot
her and
myself.
Roman were the Emperor Palpatine and Vader of the franchise.
Ah.
Look,
No!
that is laughably incorrect.
Oh my God.
She was the puppet master to Mickey, man.
Bing bong, you're wrong.
That's basically what she was. She
The
was
puppet
emperor
master
to
to Mickey? Was you
Yeah.
tickling his scalp?
I mean, she's not my favorite Ghostface, but I'm saying her dynamic.
Why do
with her
people
and
want to
Mickey.
see more of this awful character?
I don't want to
I
see
don't
it. I'm
know.
saying, but she was Emperor Palpatine to Mickey.
Look. When we did a vote on Ghostface, we got like 60,000 votes on who was the better Ghostface, and she was in the top 6. I was like, what?
No, I wouldn't put her that high,
Why?
but I'm just saying that she was just.
Why?
But yeah,
We missed it. We have two honorable mentions that are not on this list that are technical survivors.
All right, go with your honorable mentions.
Well, it's Jay and Silent Bob, of course.
Yeah.
They were in Scream 3. They were in
How
Scream
fun.
3. And technically, we did say speaking roles only,
They
but
would've
Silent
lived.
Bob Silent Bob. Yeah, Silent Bob. Don't talk.
Alphas.
They
They,
would
they would get alphas.
They
They
would
would
have
get
Yeah,
figured it out.
absolutely.
They would have figured it
Go.
all out.
He said,
They would
"Hey
have figured
man,
it
that's
all out.
Connie fucking
But, like,
Chung."
It
hey,
would have been really funny if they
You know-
pointed. It would be really funny if that
Wait.
cameo pointed out Roman, and then it's like, holy shit, they were right. What the fuck?
Yep. Jay would have figured it all out. Jay and Silent Bob would have figured it all out. They should have
Yeah.
left them in the movie. All right, it's time to put these people in priority order. So look, I'm gonna put Sydney at number 1 right away, right?
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's start there. Sydney's number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who we got at number 2 here? So
Sam.
is it
I'm gonna
Kirby or
just
Sam?
decide that.
Sam.
That's a toss up between Kirby and Sam, because like realistically, I
Sam
like
did more
Kirby
as a
more as a
survivor.
character, though.
I'm leaning Sam as well.
That's fair.
Sam did more as a survivor.
All right, so we got 3 votes for Sam, so Sam goes up to number 3. So this next one should be easy. If Joel finishes in front of Kirby, we're never having another podcast.
If Joel finishes in front of Kirby, we're gonna have to change this to an R rating.
Nah,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. All right.
No,
on, you
no,
know
we
Kirby going
respect
in
Joel
there.
for what he did, but relax. She's third. We
All right.
respect Joel for what he did, but I think number 4, but still an alpha is respectable.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so there's our top 4 right
He has
there.
to come back in a big
All right,
way.
he deserves it.
All right, so look, I think our fight's going to be here between who is number 5. Is it Chad or
Chad.
is it Mark Kincaid?
Chad.
I'm going Chad too.
Fuck, it's got to be
Yeah,
Chad. He's
Chad.
so cute.
It-
He's so
wow,
cute.
what an argument that wasn't.
Cute.
I think there's gonna be a big
Lucas,
battle
wait till-
here.
Lucas,
Chad's-
wait till you see
listen.
him in Hard Eyes.
Oh, I
Wait
till
know.
you see
Oh,
him in
I
Hard Eyes,
can't
Lucas.
wait. I can't wait. I've been
Yeah.
watching. all the
Everyone's gonna
trailers
have
on
hard eyes
repeat.
when they're going in to see this movie.
Exactly.
Look, Hard Eyes went up 18% in its second week. It's one of the rare horror films that gone the opposite direction in its second week out there. So, good movie.
Yeah.
I may have to go see it a third time. It's up there. It's my favorite film of the year so far. We've had some decent horror movies come out this year, but Hard Eyes is number 1.
I want to
most
see.
fun
I want to
movie
see
that's out.
how Hard Eyes and Monkey rank, or and the Monkey rank next to each other.
I don't think Monkey
when
is
it comes
touching
out.
Hard Eyes. I think Hard Eyes is going to be number 1 for quite some time because it hits
'Cause
on everything, on the slasher aspects. Like, look, for those that haven't seen Hard Eyes,
it's for
right?
couples too.
It-
It's for couples.
It is. It is
It's a
for couples, but
perfect marketing movie.
the opening scene introduces some characters that are like, oh my god, I hate these characters, and the opening scene is so satisfying that it's like, yep, I'm in. And then the movie just delivers the whole entire movie, and there's so many
Mhm.
Easter eggs. So, but all right. So we got Chad at number 5, Kincaid's at number 6, right?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we have Angelina at 7.
Well, but see, here's the thing. I put Angelina or whatever her name is as an alpha, so I would put her above Mark Kincaid. I know I'm getting outvoted,
Ah.
but if she, like I said, if we're going based off her being Ghostface and the sole surviving Ghostface, then I would put her above Mark Kincaid because sole surviving Ghostface. Now, granted,
I'm
we would have had to
sold.
put her in
I'm
the
changing.
Ghostface ranking at that point, but
Changing my vote.
I actually have to agree with that.
Yep. There you
Yeah.
go. No, you sold us on it. So there we go.
I am swaying the masses way too much tonight. You guys are giving me way too much power. I don't know
There
if
we
I'm
go.
comfortable with it.
All right. So now this category, the lots of potential. We have some really good names here.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. No. Wow.
Ah,
Put her in the
fuck.
back.
Yeah,
Put her at
Gail
the
in
bottom.
bottom. Nah, JK.
I'm gonna move it to the really Gail at the. All right. Sure. All right.
All right.
I don't know what to say there.
I'm messing.
don't know
but
what to
you
say.
did it, so we'll go with it.
We don't have to
w-
keep her there. I was gonna say, look, I'll start us off. I think Gail is the top of this list here.
I would have to
I
say
think we should
yes
come back to
because of her
Gail.
survivability throughout the franchise
got two.
and being a catalyst. Yeah.
We got 2.
I would say we put the cheerleader in the bottom, and I'm gonna revisit my answer to Gail.
All right, we'll put her there for the bottom now. All right, so number 1, Lucas.
What for Gail?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put her above what's her face? Mindy.
You won't
I
put
like
her
Mi- I
above
like-
Mandy. So
I like Mindy more.
I'm just gonna shift a little bit here. So Gail's
It's
got 2 votes for number 1. So number 2, would Mindy be number 2 over Tara? Marcus.
Tara annoyed me so much, but I would put Tara over Mindy because of the fact of what they were setting up between her and Sam.
I am right there with you right now.
Yeah.
Noah, Tara, Mindy.
I would say if we're not gonna be harsh, and I will not be, I suppose, and we want to be realistic about what the characters did as a whole, I would say that this list is like how lots of potential is right now is
Yep.
pretty
That's how I would put
good.
it.
I
Yep.
would say that
I,
that's how it should probably be.
I agree with this list too. Lucas,
Oh yeah.
you good with it? All right. We're going to the mess.
Bathroom girl first.
Oh my god, bathroom girl. I so far I'm okay with that. So look, for me, Danny's at the back of this list too.
Yeah,
So
Danny is last.
It's-
Danny
You
is
could put
last.
Danny at the back. Yeah, he was. Yeah, whatever.
This whole
All
section of the
Matter of fact,
tier
I would just
list-
leave it just like that. I would leave it exactly how it is right now.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I would say that's fine.
Lucas, go ahead.
Oh no, this section of the tier list is like putting like a old sponge next to another old sponge and being like, which one's better?
Like
And
pulling teeth.
I couldn't.
Which
I
one looks
can't.
safer to clean with?
All of them are in there for the exact reason of I couldn't give less of a shit where
All
they
right,
put
all
it.
right. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and kind of arrange this where I think we may all agree at. So Hank at
Disagree.
Really?
Disagree.
Really?
I would
Wow.
put I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, just because I think
No.
the cop was funny, I would put the cop at number 1. And I think that's the only saving grace for this part of the list.
I would put Cop at number 1 and then Hank Loomis at the bottom because he's just all kinds of an asshole. Like he's every
Alright.
single iteration of one.
All right.
He's
I
a
would
lawyer.
swap- I
He's
would-
a bad father.
would
He's a cheater.
I would swap the sorority girls. That's how I'm looking. This is what I think based off of your two comments. Marcus, what do you think?
I would actually put Hank as number 1 for the simple fact,
Ooh.
again, for the story purposes.
For his peen,
kicked off everything.
making this whole franchise possible.
For his
It kicked off
peen
everything.
game.
So he's the bane of everybody's existence.
The real
basically,
Rizzer.
on this list.
Yeah. He's the
He's the
biggest fucking joke. is
He's
Hank.
the original Rizzler.
Yeah.
All right. Let's put this out to the comments. King Matthew, Scott, if you're still out there, anybody else. Who do we got here? Deputy Vincent or Hank Loomis?
You'll say Hank. I'm
biggest
gonna
fucking
be
joke.
so pissed.
So we'll give it a couple of seconds. So I'm gonna toss up there. I think the sorority girls will find where they're at, and factoring in what Marcus said before about urban legend. Yeah, I'm good with there too. So I don't have the Jeopardy music on there, so we get tagged on it. But all right, we may have to leave it. We may have to leave it and consider it a tie.
Well, you know what? Hey, let me
Yep.
change it then. Since nobody is answering, then yeah, put the deputy as number 1 because he's Martin Lee. So
Yeah.
yep.
All right.
We win based on a bias.
Yeah.
All right, so that's how we wrap up our night here. So we have this layout right here.
Looks like Ferb.
Oh yeah,
It does look like
I
Ferb.
think it's just Gail and Tara so low. Oh my god, that just
I
Good.
agree with
hurts
one
my
of
heart.
For
them.
good reason.
That
No,
hurts my
actually, no.
heart
I
a little
think
bit.
it's fine. I think it's fine where it's at. I think this is.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So next week we go ahead, Marcus. What are you gonna say?
No, I was about to agree with what y'all was just saying about the way it's lined up. Yeah.
So next week we're gonna do some Candyman. Woo!
Woo!
We're gonna do some Candyman rankings, and then I think for March, what we're gonna talk about is all the female characters for the Scream franchise, and then Noah throwing out there the final girls. You may have to start with that one because that one's gonna be a heated debate when it comes to
Mhm.
final girls out there. So
Well,
We'll
see
do
that,
a
but
final
that, I feel
girls
like we all
ranking.
have to be here for that one. I think we all have to be here for that one. So we have to make sure that
Yeah.
our schedules align
Alright.
for that one.
So I will reach out to Danny, make sure that he's not traveling, and then we can do the
Towards
final
the-
girls.
Halfway through it, you're wrong, and I hate your answer.
Look. Let's look at this. Let's look at the potential top 4 because I can't think of a fifth one right now. We have Laurie Strode, We have
She wouldn't even be in the top 4 for me.
We can't even talk about it. We can't talk about it.
we have Sydney Prescott, we have Ripley, and for the god awful reason I can't remember Lauren's name in Terrifier franchise, but
Sienna.
yeah, Sienna. So we
Sienna.
have that is a
Aaron. Who's
she was
next?
yeah, I know it's such a great character, but
See, if we're gonna
you can't
include final
compare it.
girls, we're gonna have to do an actual like research on which final girls we want to include and which final girls are definitely not going on this fucking list.
Jessica
Yeah.
Biel in Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Yeah, Sally Hardesty. Unfortunately,
Sally
she will
Hardesty.
not be in that. I would not
No,
put her in the list
I wouldn't.
because she did a lot of running and screaming and crying. So
That's
I
why I
wouldn't
put
really.
Jessica Biel over her. You
Yep,
know?
yep.
Yeah.
So I would go with that one too. So, but I think our top 4, right, is definitely going to be with those 4.
That's an hour-long
So,
argument right there.
Mhm.
yeah, who's
It's an
number 1?
hour-long drink.
Who is number 1? Is it going to be Sienna, Ripley, or Sydney Prescott? Because we know it's not going to be Laurie Strode.
You know
Based
what?
on our
I will actively assassinate my own career
You
to
gotta
get
put Sam.
Laurie
You
Strode on
gotta
the
put Sam
bottom.
in it. Though. Yeah.
Top 5? Okay. All right. Top 5. Yeah. All right. So let's look at that as our top 5 right now. Going in before we have those conversations. So we'll see if we can get that list together for the first week of March.
My
But
girl
everybody.
from I Spit on Your Grave remake and original. Yep.
Oh, that's good. I'll have to put it out there to the masses
what's
on our
crazy?
YouTube channel and our Facebook page and see who gets voted in. But
You guys, neither of you guys, like, so she's not going to be on my top 5, but you would technically have to count, like, as I mentioned her already, Buffy. She is you could technically call her a final girl because she is the final girl in those movies
true.
and that show. So
I don't know if that really counts as like horror final girl though. Buffy
Why
the
wouldn't it?
Vampire Slayer, because
No, the
Buffy the
TV show
Vampire
definitely, not so much the movie because it was more of
Yeah.
a comedy, but the TV show definitely.
yeah.
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 Well,
And
yeah.
well, people associate Sarah Michelle Gellar with Buffy more so
Then
anyways.
Christy Swanson. Yeah.
We also have to
But,
think
I mean, like, no-
Taylor
Sorry, go ahead.
Gentry from Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon
Yes.
is definitely
Yep.
up there.
Yep.
All right.
we got-
So thank you everybody for joining us today. We appreciate it. We appreciate the comments and the taking part of this ranking. So we're going to keep doing rankings for a while, and then we'll see what else comes up. So thank you everybody. You all have a great night, and we'll catch you soon.
Peace. We got it. We did it, guys. We got through another ranking.
Yeah, no,
That wasn't so
we got through
bad.
Another ranking. I'm gonna beat myself over the head with a brick if I see Nancy Loomis in Scream 7.
That wasn't
Oh
bad.
my God!
Swear to
No
God.
Nancy Loomis. No Nancy Loomis. Please.
Holy shit.
This motherfucker again! How many times has he seen this medicine, old man?